Well, we received a question via voicemail. We love to get your calls, and let's just go ahead and take a listen to this one.
If I see two animals running across the road and I said, hey, there goes a dog, and then I said, and I see another one, it suggests that one went before the one that I said is another one. So in Revelations 14 and verse 6, it says, and I saw another angel fly in the midst of heaven, another angel, which is supposed to mean to me that there was an angel before that one. So why do we say the third angel's messages and the three angels' messages, which is verse 6, 8, and verse 9? It would be four angels then, wouldn't it?
Dr. Yonker, I definitely think this is coming from someone who's studying their Bible, and they want to get down to the bottom of this. So please, what does the Bible have to say about this very particular question that we find here in the 14th chapter of the book of Revelation, the final book of the Bible?
Yes, again, it's always good to see people reading their Bibles carefully and trying to find details that might help illuminate the reading of the passage. So we always encourage that. This is one of those little features of the passage of Revelation 14 that, other folks have noticed from time to time, and it does draw, our attention to it. It's interesting that in some of the, of course, the Bible we have today, the English Bibles we read come from Greek manuscripts that have been preserved over time. And occasionally there are slight, variances. And in some manuscripts we have the Greek word allos, which represents another, isn't actually there in front of all of these ones. And so it's possible in verse 6, it's not there in some manuscripts. Maybe there's something to learn from that. But even if it does, the word itself that we see there is translated as another angel, can in the Greek context be a little bit more of a flexible term than it is for us in English. It can just be, it could be distinguishing this angel from the previous voice, which appears to be coming from the throne, which might be God's voice. And so it's not perfectly clear whether or not there's significance to the fact that there may be three or more. In fact, there could be more than three. I acknowledge that. You have the angels that refer to the kind of the first, the second, and the third in verses 6, 8, and 9. But then it says another angel also appears in 15, 17, and 18. And we're not really sure. Those ones aren't referred to as the fourth, fifth, and sixth. We don't really know. So the more important thing, perhaps, to take away from this is to study the passages themselves and to look at the messages of the angels and to see what they say. And in that regard, I would encourage folks to look to hopebiblestudy.org, I believe. That's the place. And then you can sign up for Bible studies and learn more about Revelation 14, which is a very important passage in Scripture.
Fantastic. I agree wholeheartedly with you there. Thank you, Dr. Yonker. I appreciate that. Dr. Cruz, anything else you want to add there to that response?
There's so much that could be added, and I can hear my colleague just wanting to dig in and study this passage and keep going. Isn't that excitement in his voice? And I hear that same excitement in this question. Someone has been reading and they're like, okay, if every other piece is so symbolic, what could I be missing? And I love the message that Dr. Yonker is giving is look at the overall picture and look at some of those principles we have about understanding Bible prophecy so that we can get the best picture of what it is. Because this is one of my favorite passages. I love the three angels' messages and the hope and the promise that is in them. And so those Bible studies that you mentioned, they just sound so enticing in order to understand this even more deeply.